everyone, welcome to my next video. I'm sitting out here on my beach and I'm going to do something a little different in this video. I woke up this morning and sometimes I just write things without even realizing what I'm writing. It's just kind of a feeling that comes over me. And sometimes I wonder if it's because I read so many comments throughout the day, into the night actually. And maybe my subconscious is working overtime at some of the things that make me think more because of what everyone has to offer. So I'm not sure yet if I'm going to publish this. I have to watch it first and make sure it has value, or I think it does. And I'm very, very curious to hear what some of you think, because the video about the boomers really caused a ruckus in some way, and I don't want really any conflicts on my channel. However, I do welcome the various varying opinions, which were many, and especially the video about was my channel getting dark. There were some very interesting comments regarding that as well, and I appreciate them all as always. So I think my mind was going in overtime while I was asleep, and so I'm going to turn this around and show you this beautiful sunset. We've got a storm coming in, and there's some interesting cloud formations out there, and I'm going to read you what I wrote this morning. Now, I just write without giving much thought to what I'm writing, and it's kind of hard to explain. It's just all of my thoughts jumbled all together. And so this may or may not make sense, but I'm going to create this video and then figure out if it does make sense. But it has to do with love and hate. And the reason I'm going to read what I wrote is because no, my channel is not growing dark. The world is. And I am going to continue to shed light and show light to obliterate this darkness. And I believe it's been here since the beginning of time. But I will be a positive force for as long as I can. And this is the driving concept behind why I wrote this. So I'm going to turn this around, and then I'm going to try to read my notes and show you beautiful cloud formation. And yes, I'm sitting on my beach. And I wrote this without thinking at all. And so I'll be reading this hopefully in some semblance of order. Now, what I first wrote was, it takes more energy to hate than to love. And isn't that the truth, right? And there's a saying, whoever makes up these sayings, I don't know, but there's a saying, love is blind. Now, to me, hate is blind. But in a way, the saying love is blind, I believe what that supposedly means is that we overlook, we don't see the bad. We only see what our heart sees. And I believe that, first of all, what are sayings anyway, right? Who makes them up? And just because some famous person made it up, I don't know why so many people believe it. But in a way, love is blind, and it is a good thing, because love can be blind to someone's faults, weaknesses, or beliefs. So maybe being blind and still be able to love is a tremendously good thing. And so maybe that's what falling in love is all about, because it takes a while to see the whole person and their faults, because over time those things all become apparent. But falling in love is blind to all of that. And I think that's a beautiful thing. I really do. So then I wrote, I'm going to write about hate because I'm writing about two opposites here. Hate finds safety in numbers because it finds safety in collective hate rather than shining alone with love. And maybe that's why love doesn't need a collective, because it's a stronger force. And if others join in, it does make the light brighter. But it doesn't rely on a collective energy the way hate does. Yet hate can hide, pretending to be love. But pretending can only last so long. Because deep down, hateful selves will eventually be discovered. And their pretending will all be for nothing. Now, how I wrote this, I have no idea. I just got out of bed and I started writing. Now, sometimes we see collective hate in war. And hate only brings more hate. And what does war solve anyway? I don't know. It only brings destruction. And the ending of innocent people who were just caught in the midst of it all without even wanting to be a part of it. And hate will always recruit and gather the masses so that they can all hate together. And they'll thrive as long as they are together in the masses. But love will never require the masses, because love will always shine bright alone. And it doesn't take any effort at all to love, yet it takes incredible effort to hate. And to love, it only takes one person, because we can all love in our own way, on our own. And there's no effort. And there's no effort in sharing our love either. And if others take notice, that's a good thing. But if they do, it's not from coercion or manipulation, but from sheer joy, without effort. And effortless love is more powerful than any kind of effort to hate. Yet hate hates love, because hate just simply is hateful. And hateful people, maybe they're afraid to love. Maybe they're afraid of the power of love. And they don't feel that they're willing to take the risk to love. And so they continue to hate, because hate is more comfortable, is more familiar, and binds them with other hateful people. And I honestly don't know how I wrote all this. I just wrote it without thinking. And I would love to hear your thoughts. And the reason why I'm sharing these kind of videos, and yes, I will talk about many other topics, but I create videos that I'm compelled to, that I feel compelled to. And that's why I'm creating this one tonight. So that the people who hate are prisoners of hate. And I'm not sure they see that. But it's not for us to show them. Because I think without feeling love, they will always be stuck in their hate. And that's why hate hates love. It will deny the healing force of love. Because I'm not sure hate wants to heal anything. It wants to ruin what it doesn't understand. And perhaps doesn't ever want to change. And maybe I'm talking about good and evil without even realizing it. And I think one reason I'm promoting so strongly light in darkness is because, whether we want to admit it or not, people are becoming more hateful. And they are becoming more meshed together in their hate. And it's because of their weakness and their ignorance that they do hate. Now, I welcome the challenge because there is nothing more powerful than goodness and love. And that is what I will always continue to shine outward. And I am never going to be subjected to anything that can take away my light and the light that I want to give to others. And I thought this incoming storm would be the perfect picture to look at, because a storm is coming in, but the sun is setting, and the sun is shining its light in the remaining time of the day. But it will be back tomorrow, just like love will always be there, no matter what. No matter how many dark clouds there are, who cares? The light will always, always be back. And I think that is incredibly beautiful. And I think that's why I love this picture, standing here on my beach. Because the two coexist, but the light is still among the clouds. Isn't that beautiful? I would love to hear what you all think. And I don't let any of these negative thoughts bother me, but I'm addressing them. I'm addressing them because I'm showing how weak they are and how the goodness will always outshine. And I celebrate that. I think it's wonderful. And I hope you hear all these seagulls. Isn't that beautiful? And the tide is coming in. I don't know if you can see that. And I hope it's not too windy because I just broke my brand new microphone. And I think I'm going to look for one that's not so cheaply made. But I'm glad I read this because sometimes I write things that I think my subconscious has brought to the surface, and I write them down quickly before I forget. And that's how I write all my books. I write without thinking because I believe my subconscious is telling me to write them. And so thank you so much, everyone. I love all of your comments, and even the challenging ones. It makes me see the world for what it is, and it helps me to shine brighter and to be more positive and to be more inspiring and to understand that there's always going to be conflict. But like these clouds, there's always going to be dark among the light. But the light will always outshine the darkness. And I think that is just such a beautiful thing. So I'll show you the rest of this as the sun is setting. And I welcome, as always, your comments, your suggestions. I appreciate all of my subscribers and all of the wonderful, wonderful support you're giving me. I am just astounded and I'm speechless. I really am. And I'm humbled and I'm grateful. And this channel has truly changed my life because since January, it has really, really become more and more meaningful to me. And I welcome any of your requests for things that you'd like me to talk more about, for more questions, and perhaps for things that I even said in this video that I could clarify. And wherever you are in the world, I hope you're having a wonderful, wonderful day and that you have found something joyful to celebrate as I'm celebrating the sunset. So thanks so much, everyone. Take care. I appreciate you all.